And he's gonna jam out, and he's dancing really good, and he's got the cookie dance, and he's going mad. Hey guys, before we actually dive into the installation of this little mini light bar, I just wanted to give you an overview of kind of the thought process and our goals with this car. We bought this car as a family just as a daily driver with the knowledge that eventually, way down the road, Sam might be able to use this format, this front-wheel drive, kind of slow front-wheel drive, sort of like a Fiesta format for stage rally. Now, that's way down the road, but we have sort of like a 3-step process to get there. The first step is going to be what we're doing right now, which is just Sam getting some time and practice wrenching on this. He gets to have fun with it, kind of customize it in the way that he wants to do, and just little things here and there, nothing that makes it annoying to drive or anything like that. Mud flaps, a little mini light bar, some other things like that. So get him invested in the car, get him working on the car, get him used to it. Then the second stage, which will come later, a little bit later, is getting it set up for a season of rallycross in the SCCA. So that will be just a little bit more advanced, not much else, like new wheels, maybe just a new set of tires, and maybe dropping some weight here and there, maybe just, swapping out the suspension or doing, something like that. Sticking with probably a stock class or something very limited. But that's the second step. And then way down the road, maybe when Sam's 16, 17, something like that, we might be able to strip this car down, be able to redo it and make it an all-out stage rally car. So this is really just the first step. This is just really for fun. So Sam can get used to working on the car, and we just have a blast doing this stuff together. So that should give you an idea of kind of where we're headed with this. But for now, it's just going to be very simple stuff and just, having fun. All right, Sam, tell them what we're doing here. We got the Mazda 2 out.
Yep. So right now we are installing the light bar.
Okay, let's see that light bar. Let's see it.
It is going to go.
So it's a hella light bar, and it's going to be flush on there like that. If you can see that.
Right there.
Yeah, let me back up so they can see.
Like right here.
Yeah, the goal is like so that it almost looks stock,
Which would be hard to do because it's like kind of sticking out from the front.
Right, but it's going to go in. It's going to slot in, right? So it's going to be flush. Yeah, if it was coming out the front, yeah, it would be hard to. But yeah, show them the side of that so they can see like turn it on its side so they can see that, yeah, like that.
Yeah, so this part.
So you can see that part goes back inside there and it's just going to be flush.
Like if this panel wasn't here, we could just stick it in. Make like a square out of this.
Yeah, we're going to take a Dremel and we're just going to drill a hole. I'm going to actually have you do that, Sam. I'll do the guide for it, and then you can take a Dremel and drill that, and then show them the rest. Show them the switch we got for inside.
Switch, LED, light bar. You just flick it on like that.
Yeah, let me see. Then hold that up again. Let me see that.
Here.
There you go. Yep.
Flick it right
we got that. Yep.
So.
And here's the rest of it laid out.
Here, this is a bunch of wires that we're going to connect.
Yeah.
So you get back in there.
There's the relay.
Yeah.
We definitely want to have a relay so that we don't have live wire on the inside of the.
Fuse is right there.
Yep, there's a fuse that's faced off that, and then you can actually with this wiring setup, we just got it on Amazon. I can give you guys the link for it. Shout out to Chris Fix too. Chris Fix, like he has a good video on wiring things up. We got a lot of information from there, but you can actually have 2 different items. You can have that, or you can have that as well. So what we're gonna do now is just Sam's gonna disconnect the terminals on the battery. And we're just going to test that. So we just want to test everything.
Just want to see if it works.
Yeah, and see if it works before we go installing it all. And then we'll show you that test. And if it works, we'll get rolling and we'll start taking off the bumper. All right, Sam, go for it. So you can see that terminal. Take off. And which side do you take off first? Do you know?
Left to loosen it.
No. Yes, that's right. But I'm saying which side of the terminal, the negative or the positive, do you take off first? Do you know that? Look, we've been playing in the dirt. Look at this engine.
Yeah.
We've been playing in the dirt. You know which side? This is good. That's okay. This is a good time to learn. So see, that's the positive. It's got that plus on it. And this one's the negative. And you always want to take off the negative first, just to avoid a shock or avoid giving yourself a shock, really, but also more to the system, like not shocking anything you've got on there. So go ahead and take that negative off. Don't touch the positive.
Yeah.
It's got a thing on top of it, which is good. So. There you go. Loosen that up. And you don't need to loosen it all the way. You can just loosen it enough to where you can pull it off with your hands. Just take the whole thing and pull it off. Can you lift it straight up? There you go. All right, now move that off to the side. Don't let it touch the terminal. So move it down behind that. Yeah. There you go. All right, now we can open up the positive. We'll take that off, and what we're gonna do is just connect up the wiring. We'll show you that when it's done, and we'll show you the test of the light bar. All right, so this ring that goes on the battery terminal actually doesn't fit. The kit that we got, it doesn't fit. Ours are too large. So what we're gonna do is actually wrap it around the terminal. We're gonna use the little terminal head to do that, and we're gonna kind of mold it to it like this. And so I don't know if you can see that, but like kind of mold it to it and push it on there so that it curves around, and then we're gonna put it so it's hard to see, but so it's sort of flush like this. So as we put that on top, as we put this on top to close it, it will go in from above, and we'll clamp it down in there, and then we'll wrap the wire underneath. So it should be clean. It should have really good connection. Even though it's not going all the way around, it'll definitely have a solid connection, and it won't go anywhere. So if you guys had a better idea, if you thought we kicked around a bunch of ideas, but if you had a better idea than that, let us know. Maybe we can redo it. All right, so Sam and I had a good idea. So you can see how the wire is right here, like right up against this. So, with this cover, we wanted to keep the cover on there. So what we're gonna do is actually take the Dremel and just cut a little section right here, just a little groove. So I'm gonna put this upside down. And then Sam, what I need you to do is cut a groove right here. Now I need to use both hands. So once Sam starts cutting, I'll do this, but I want to explain it to him. I'll film it in a sec.
So it's too hard for me to reach.
Yeah, it's hard for him to reach over and do it. So we're just gonna do this real quick. Something real simple, just taking our time. Something like this that will allow the cord to come through, and let's put it like that. I'm just going to cut off the tip. Hold on. Cut off the tip of that. Let me get positioned properly. There we go. I don't want to chop my fingers off.
Yeah.
Just cut that off. Okay. So now we've got a little notch in there, so when we can slip it down in there and actually close this up. You see that? So that way.
So it fits right in there.
Yeah. So that way it fits right in. So. All right, so we hooked it up, got everything, sorry, hooked it up, got everything working, and then, well, no, I'm sorry, we hooked it up, got everything where it should be, and then pop, the fuse blew. It's been sitting in there for a long time, I don't know, but it did its job, I guess, but I didn't even have the light bar hooked up yet. Just the electricity going through that actually caused it to blow. Now I wonder if that's maybe why. It could be that's why. We'll have to take a look, but we just need to go get a new fuse, and I'm gonna get some extras because I have a feeling I'm gonna mess up the rest. So, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah. All right, let's do it. All right, so we're headed back. We got more fuses.
We got Finally.
Woo, and look at the switch. Look at the switch. Let me just show you the switch. Look at that.
Switch.
Nice switch here.
Switch it off.
Yep, and I messed up the connection. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, now do it.
Yeah, now we'll do it. Switch it on and off. It should work. Yep. Boom. Yes. Perfect. Good. So yeah, we put a new. It must have been a bad fuse, I think.
Yeah.
Just a bad fuse. We got more, and we just put one in. It worked perfect. So inside the Mazda 2, there's a bunch of buttons on the steering wheel. There's also a panel right here, and all it has, like, this doesn't even work. Since I've had the car, I don't know. I think it required like something you had to get from Mazda, and I got this car used, so this doesn't work. So I think what I'm going to try to do is line that up with. I think the switch will fit right in there. If I can go from behind and pop these out, I think this portion. Yeah, that portion just pops out, but the bottom section I need to look up how. I don't want to break any tabs, so I'm going to look up how to do that. Then I think we'll pop this out and try to put that switch in there. Okay, so if you look, this actually is the exact size that I think it needs to be to fit in there. I'm guessing that when we put this back in there, we'll be able to do that.
And so I want to have this panel out so I can put this in, solder the wires, and then put the whole panel back in. But I think it's exactly the right size. You can sort of see that. I think we pop these out, I should be able to get that right in there. And then my whole idea with this is just to get it to look stock. Sam is going down to get the service manual for this car. We're going to see how to take that dash off so there's no guesswork. Same thing with the bumper. And then Sam's going to cut a hole in there. We're going to put that light bar in there. It's going to be awesome. Sam's getting in there. There's something else connecting it down here. We're not sure what that is. But we actually realized that we didn't even need to. We just pulled it out, and we didn't pull it all the way. We're just very careful. And we were able to just pop this thing right out without even taking the whole thing off. So Sam right now is trying to take that switch out. You have to push that in. I might be able to get it, bud. Oh, you got it. Yes. Okay. So Sam released that. Now let's check and see if this fits in here.
So right now we just took off the battery
we took out the battery tray. Let me back up and show.
Just to get a better view of what we're dealing with all the wires and stuff. So right now you were saying that it
like the wiring harness is there and goes through the firewall right there. I'm trying to think of how. I don't think there's any room for us to splice it through right there. I gotta find another spot to send it through. This is gonna actually be trickier than I thought, but we will try to find something. I don't know if I can put it in there with all that stuff. It's possible. I could maybe take that clamp off. Maybe take that clamp off and do it.
Maybe.
And put it in there with that stuff, but I don't know. I don't want to mess too much with the wire harness. Is there another spot back here? Can you see, Sam, where that's going through? I don't think so. No, that's all going through right there. It's nice and tidy, actually. It's all going through in one spot, but I'm just hoping there's another spot I can put it through. We'll see. Okay, let's experiment with that.
After filming this, I actually had a good discussion with my brother-in-law, who's actually an avid car guy, and he's awesome. He's really cool. He's got an R34 right now, and he's had a bunch of cars, and he was saying when he deals with that situation, he will typically punch a hole in that sort of grommet or whatever for the wiring harness. He'll punch a hole in that and then put the wire straight through there. And if you punch a hole in it with it and you do it with a screwdriver or something like that, it will sort of seal back onto itself. And he said that's a much better method than actually putting the wire over top of it like I did, because the wire could rub up against the firewall, the metal for the firewall, and it could wear down the wire and cause a short and, all those kinds of things. So I'm actually going to be doing that now. It's a much better solution than what I've done here.
This switch works pretty well. It's really good. It just barely doesn't fit in there. Like if I try to push this in, I feel like I can almost get it in, but I don't want to jam it. So what that means is we're going to take a little bit. There's these tabs inside here. We're going to take a little bit. There's like a tab here, I don't know if you can see it, and a tab here. And we're just going to take a little bit off this bottom tab because there's two up here, so we want that to be even if we can. Maybe just a little bit off so we can fit this in. Maybe that'll be enough to get it to slide. I don't want it to be loose at all, so we're going to have to take off a tiny bit at a time. Sam's going to do it. We have a little bit of a Dremel just like that, just a tiny bit at a time, unless you want me to do it, unless you feel nervous. Yeah, I think you can do it. So, all right, we're going to try it. You can sit here. Okay, I'm going to look through here. So that little nub, just take only put it on the first setting, and just very carefully take a little bit off that nub, just a little bit. Just take a little bit off at a time, kind of round it out, and then we'll try it, okay? That's pretty good, right? That's good. Okay, so let's try it. Sam actually made a mistake. He ground off this section here, but luckily there'll be a little bit of overlap, I think, but a little bit of a fail there, but you gotta learn somehow, right, Sam? Okay, it still doesn't fit. Now I'm just going to take a little bit off. Let me take a little bit more off, Sam, okay? And we'll just do this a couple more times. And we're just going to grind that down just very carefully till we know that it'll fit. So there we go. We got it in. Now, I know it's raised and stuff like that. But it does, I mean, for the most part, it looks fairly factory. Not 100% factory.
Well,
but I need to arrange that little thing behind it. But we're going to take it out so we can solder it anyways. But that's perfect. And then, yep, we'll be able to just flip it on and off like that. Bada bing, bada boom.
Bam!
That's gonna be awesome.
Bada bing,
Cool.
bada boom, bada bam.
I've got it zip tied underneath there. I've got it like real nice and tidy under there and coming through really well. I took some time. I had to do some zip ties with one hand. That was pretty impressive, wasn't it, Sam? Zip ties with one hand because I can't fit underneath there. So now we have the wires coming through for the switch. We're gonna hook them up. We're gonna solder them to the switch. And Sam's gonna solder for the first time. I don't have the connectors for this. The connector type for this, so we're just going to solder it straight to it, which is fine. It's fine. There's large enough space, and it's not a problem. It'll be all right. So yeah, so Sam, and plus Sam gets to solder for the first time, so let's do it. All right, Sam's going to weld. I'm sorry, not weld. Well, yeah, technically, yeah. No, you already welded, but yeah, you're just going to leave it on there, let it get hot, then let that suck through. Touch that. Yep. To let it get hot, and then. It'll get to a certain. Lay it up against that. Lay it up against the wire. Lay it up against that wire. Put it kind of flatter on there, Sam. The tip. Put the tip flatter on there, but don't hit the black part. Heat it up, and then. Yep. No. But very good for his first time. It kind of got stuck a little bit, and here you can see it. Kind of got stuck a little bit, but that's all right. I'm gonna put electrical tape over top of that. Should be okay. So we'll be good. All right, we've got that 100% in now. We don't have the battery in, but this switch is on, which is great. Got this back in, it's on there. I want to try to show you where I did it. It's going to be hard to tell, but I basically used a. Here, let me get a better position. I basically used zip ties to. If you follow where the OBD2 port is, going back through and everything, I kind of used that as a guide. I tried to keep it real close up top there, and I just had it follow where all the other wires were. It was really tricky. I had to do like a zip tie with one hand, but I just had it follow way up in there and just stay really really close to where the other wires were, so it wouldn't get rubbed on by anything like the clutch or anything like that. So. Yeah, so that's all I would say is I did that. Yep, and let's take off the bumper and put it in the front. So to take off the bumper, we took off these top screws. Bolts. We took off those bolts. Now there's 2 screws. This is what the service manual is telling us. To take off this screw right there next. So we'll do that on both sides, and then we'll do the rest. Like that.
Both of these sides and the...
Yes.
You can't.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
only
try
either
your best.
this side, or underneath with both.
Okay, hold on. Let's take a look. Let's try it. We don't want to break them. It's a little bit weird. What we did was go underneath first, all the way underneath first, lift it a little bit, then go to the center like this. Don't pull it to the side. Just pull it straight up. Yeah, there you go. And then we can pop this
That one
out.
seems long.
And then we got it. So you just have to get that top thing away from the bottom if you haven't done that before. This is an interior and body kit that I got. It's on Amazon. I think I'll put a link to that because that's super helpful. So, all right, let's see what else we got to do. Okay, so you're going to be very gentle. You're going to pull the bumper towards the front very gently. Okay, not with the guard underneath.
What is that?
Not with the guard underneath. Just the bumper, just the white part.
Just this part?
Yeah, just the white part.
Hi, baby.
Hi, Pips. How you doing? Oops, dang it. That's what I didn't want to do. How you doing, babe? Hold on. Then what you do is you pull this in this direction. So you pull it out towards you for the front of the bumper. And we're going to do that over here as well. Sam's going to pull that out towards him. It feels wrong to do it, but there's clips up top. And you kind of have to just...
Can't quite get it.
There you go. And then don't pull it too much.
There's one at the bottom. I'm just going to gently take that.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, hold up. And now what we're going to do, Sam, is pull it from the top down and forward.
So from up here?
Yep, we're going to pull the bumper, apparently up and... Oh, we got to pull it out of that. Now it should come off down and forward. Yep. So go ahead and pull that. Now watch out, things are going to be connected. So, but that's how you do it. Then you move that down to the ground. We'll just make sure everything's disconnected. We'll do that. The lights. You can see the lights are connected over here.
There's one over here holding it, Daddy. It just went up.
Yeah, so the lights, we're going to disconnect them. Be careful, lift this up because the lights got a lot of pressure on the wire. So we'll disconnect the lights, the fog lights, I mean, and and then we'll take the bumper off and we'll get rolling, right, bud? There's actually 2 on the mud guard, right, Sam?
Yeah.
Sam's getting the other one. Lefty-loosey, remember? He's getting it. It's in there. That one connected right there. He's unscrewing that, and that should do it. See, we got the fog lights. Ours is a touring model, so we had the fog lights down there. Get it? And then just store it behind your head with the other ones. There we go, perfect. And put it over there. Freedom! Yeah, this grill section of the bumper comes off. You just have to be real careful with these clips. I'm almost done, but probably the last one will break. But I unscrewed this. I don't know if you have to, but I unscrewed this. I'm going to unscrew this one too to make it easier. But then I think this insert part will just come right out. And then we'll be able to work with that on the table. It'll be much easier. So something happened there. Cookie celebration. Sorry, this table's messy. Look at that. Nice. These look like peanut butter. Celebration. We got the thing out. It's a cookie celebration. The thing out. We're gonna cut a hole on this thing and eat some cookies. And he's gonna jam out. And he's dancing really good. And he's got the cookie dance. And he's going. All right, Sam. So how do we line this up and get it perfect? How do we measure it?
Well,
what's the simplest and easiest way?
Taking this thing.
Watch.
Taking this thing. Can I just take that thing off?
Okay, which part needs to go in? Think about this. Which part needs to slide in? Okay, so when we cut it, we don't cut it to this, right?
No.
We cut it to the inside, right? So
Yes.
flip it around. Flip it around. That's the inside that we need to cut it to. Now let me ask you this. Do we have any guides or anything that show us exactly what the inside of that looks like? This came to me.
Not really. No.
Here.
Any guides?
Yeah, any guides, Sam?
Do you mean these nail
Anything,
marks?
Sam?
Like nail marks?
Anything? Anything?
No.
Anything?
I still don't
Anything?
get
Any guides?
This?
What? No.
The
Here,
tape measure?
let me show you.
What do you... This thing?
Look. See that? It fits all the way around that inside section. So that's a perfect guide for how we need to cut it. It's exactly what we need. So easy, right? It came to me, I was like, how should we do this? And I was like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so simple.
So we just use that inside guide of the hella like little
We could just
little thing. Yep, we just put it up there wherever we want it, and yep, and
I'll hold
then
it
get it
and
to look
you
good.
can
Yep,
draw it.
that's it. That's it. Let's do it.
Dad is
Moment of
about to
truth.
start the cutting.
Moment of truth. This is like always nerve-wracking. If it's not perfectly straight, I'm gonna be really annoyed.
Here, let me show that.
Let me just measure actually.
There you go. So
me just
this is
measure
our
from this side.
lining.
This side
Dad's
is
measuring
3/4
things
of
over
an
there.
inch.
Woo.
3/4 of an inch. Okay, it is pretty close. Okay.
All right.
All right,
So
looks pretty
this
good.
is our draw.
Yeah, you can probably barely see it, but all right,
Yeah.
here. So let's get started.
He's
Let's
about
do it.
to.
How should I do this actually? What's the best way to do this that I don't? I know. I think I have an
Dun,
idea.
dun, dun.
I'm gonna cut it inside a little bit and then sand it out to that line. Woo! That's not as good as I thought. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna cut a chunk out, and then as soon as I cut a chunk out, I'll be able to. So we're popping this back in. I think we got it all the way back in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you hold up the bumper after you screw that other one in, and then hold up the bumper here.
There's no other one.
Oh, you did that one over there?
Yeah.
Okay, lift it up. Be careful, don't drop it. That one's tight.
All right. The moment of truth.
The moment of truth. Hold that bad boy up. Let's see how it looks.
Dun, dun, dun.
It looks like teeth. It looks like it's smiling. Hey, that looks good. It looks placed well, and it's real. It's non-obtrusive.
I want to come around.
Oh, it's cool. Yeah, here, I'll hold it up for you.
All right.
It looks awesome, I think. Now we just got to put it back on, wire it up, and we're good to go. So basically what I'm going to do now, I think I'm going to use this screw for that to put the relay on. I need to find a place for that. I think I'm going to put the relay on like that, and I don't know if it'll clear it with the battery, but I'm thinking I might be able to. I'm going to try it there because that would be the most logical place. And then I'll just tuck the wires and connect it up, solder it, here, and we'll put this back on, and we'll be ready to go. And next, Sam, you're going to be driving this thing and trying it out. Okay, change of plans. It would not reach, this ground would not reach when I had it there. So it's going to go here. It's going to go on that screw and be sticking out. Oops, sorry, that screw and be sticking out. It's going to be like this on there. So that's going to be right next to the battery. That'll work. So, yeah. All right, Violet and Pip, what do you think? Violet, hit that switch for me. Hey, let me see you hit that switch. Do it.
You gotta look at the front.
Okay, go for it.
Ready?
Yeah. Hold on, wait.
Bada bing, bada
Go for it.
bam.
Boom.
It would be more impressive if the bumper was on the car.
Yes, it would be more impressive, but it will be.